time where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and battles happen everywhere.
Thanks for joining me, action figure collectors. Here we have McFarlane's DC Multiverse Batman Hellbat suit. So, just got this guy in the mail today from Amazon. You can see his packaging here. Nice artwork in the back. And let's see. Collect them all. So they have some sort of artwork here in the back. I don't know exactly where this is all going to be, but whatever. This is the packaging. This is any information that you need for ordering, I guess. So it's supposed to have 22 parts of articulation. And I'm just going to rip this open. Forgot to undo that tape part right there. Oh well, just go in the box, but it's alright because I did not plan on keeping the box. Wow, this is hard to get out. I've never done true unboxing. Hold on one second, because it's a pain in the butt. Alright, thanks for bearing with me. So this is a big old figure, as with, this is a 7-inch line for McFarlane, and he's been doing a bunch of 7-inch lines at this time. So he is the same price point as the other figures in this wave that do not come with the automobile Build-A-Figure. And he's a great price point for how heavy and how much plastic he comes with. So let me just stop this spinning for a second. And so we'll just kind of go over his height. Let me just get him standing straight up. So he is, if I actually put the inches in the right way, he is about 7 1/4 inches. So he's pretty ginormous. And, he was one of the most interesting ones in this wave to me, because I've never seen this iteration of him in toy form. There's also a Superman armored figure, which kind of interested me, but why would I want Superman in an armored suit? That's just not Superman to me. But this one did interest me. I like the colors and the sculpt, and I also collect Mythic Legions, as you know if you've been watching my channel. I wanted to see how he could possibly even fit into that realm of figures. So I already showed you the outside of the box. He also comes with the insert. Is this? You can see a whole bunch of artwork inside. He comes with a card, almost like a player card or trading card, and a 1-peg figure stand. So other things he comes with are these wings, which we will get into later on. So this is the first time I'm even playing with the figure. So you're seeing it as soon as I do. So this is all real time. So why don't we just look a little bit more closely at the figure itself. And so you can see he's got this nice glossiness to most of his suit in terms of the body, this pelvic area, and the head. And then these shins are shiny too. Everything else appears, well, I guess also the boots. Everything else appears to be a kind of a matte black. The arms are not as shiny as the rest of him. And then you get this different color or and even material in some of his armor in terms of the pauldrons, the gauntlets. I'm sorry, the hands are shiny too. These knee pads and these the toes for the boots. So anything where he's like in contact and fighting, you can also see some grayish discoloration from some wear. So that's nice to see. The sculpt work is very interesting. I have not seen this guy honestly in the comics, so I don't really know what he's supposed to look like, but per those illustrations that are in the box, this looks pretty good. So you can see some more sculpt right there. Everything looks very cool. So let me put this camera back down and we'll, I guess, go over articulation. This head sculpt, I guess, is on some sort of ball joint. You can look up only that much, I think. Yeah, he's not getting more than that. And he goes down that much. And the peg is covered by all this softer plastic down below here. He can look kind of side to side. It only seems to turn. But he can look down. So there's no, oh no, it does tilt a little bit. So he does have some head tilt, but does not seem to go back and forth. So that is interesting. Now he's got these shoulder pauldrons here, which are connected. I don't know if you can see that. Right at the top of the shoulder right there on the main part of the body. And that's on him. Oops, bilateral. Oh, that just popped off. So actually you can see how it's joined. There's this kind of ball joint right there. And that's how the shoulder rises. So now that that's off, you can kind of see that he can go 360 this way. And I feel like there's a little bit of a butterfly joint. So you can kind of see it right there. And so he's got a little bit of movement. You're not going to get a lot of movement because of this armor here in the front is going to impinge it, and even in the back. So even though there's technically some sort of butterfly there, you're not going to get a lot of movement from it. So it's kind of cool. I like seeing it without the shoulder pauldrons as well. So if you want to take a look at them without the shoulder pauldrons. So his shoulders will rise up to 90 degrees both ways. There is a bicep swivel here, and obviously the shoulder is going to rotate, but this bicep swivel is a little tight, but it does swivel. His elbows appear to be single jointed, and they're very tight ratchets, and they can go about 90 degrees as such. His wrists, in typical McFarlane fashion, are ball jointed, so you can get them to spin all the way around, and you can see that they're going to be able to, also move laterally or up and down, I guess, depending on how you're able to get this ball to move. That's the tricky part, is getting the ball to move. So you can make it spin. So there you go. So now I got a lateral movement out of it, as opposed, a vertical movement instead of a lateral movement by playing with that joint. He does have a diaphragm joint up top here, and not a lot of movement when trying to bend left and right. And you can kind of see, I think it's just the sculpt is really not much room in between up here for him to move. He does rotate in the diaphragm joint. He moves back a little bit, that much, and moves forward that much, so not a lot. He does have a waist swivel, or a waist joint, which doesn't seem to swivel. I thought that was a joint, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. So if there is a waist articulation, there is, and I got it to swivel right there. It's just really tight. Wow, that's super tight. But you know, it's there. It just doesn't do a lot. Now I can already feel his hips here. They feel really loose in comparison to his other joints. And he can do Van Damme splits like that. So he can kick really high. And let's see how his forward articulation in terms of forward kick. Not very good. Maybe about 45 degrees if you're lucky. And then his backward articulation is about the same as his forward kick. So it's pretty good for the back, but not great for his forward kick. And I'm trying to bend this, it's just so stiff. Hold on one second. So I got these double jointed knees to bend. It's a really good bend, and you can get a good pose there. Again, he's got ball jointed ankles in typical McFarlane fashion for his new lines, and you should be able to get some good range of motion from them. Anything will just be, any range of motion will be limited by the sculpt itself, so it can only kick up that much because of the sculpt, and kick back that much because of the sculpt. And you should be able to get them to rock and whatnot. And there is a toe hinge as well, which is nice and stiff, so it can hinge up pretty well too. So that is his articulation. Let me just straighten out this leg. So you can see the two holes here. Those are for his bat wings. And I probably should, at some point in time, put his shoulder pauldrons back on. Oops. Let me see. So inside the shoulder pauldrons themselves, you can see which one it's supposed to be in, because I don't know if you can see that there. There's an L in there, and that should be left. And there's an R in here, and it tells you which one it's supposed to go on. So it should go to the right. And you know, it's also, the ball on here is a little bit more in the forward portion, so you know that this should go to the right and this should go to the left side. So I like that this is how it's attached, because for it to come off, it doesn't come off super easily, but it'll come off and won't break on you. So that's a nice thing. So you got these bat wings, they kind of fold out, and I assume they're going to clip just right here as such. And then let me get the other side. Like such here. So you can see with these wings here, let me just do that. It's kind of got this hexagonal kind of or octagonal ridge shape to it, and the hole here is also got that octagonal shape to it. So it's not going to turn. So if you want to put these wings in and have different positions, you're probably going to have to take it in and out and then reposition it, as opposed to trying to flip it and turn it. So if you don't want the wings to go all the way in, I have a feeling I put these on wrong. So let me take that off right there. I think I have this possibly opposite. I'm not sure though. Or maybe what it is I just don't have it. I had it too far out like that. I probably want it more in line like that. Let's see how that works. I think that's better, because then it won't be totally expanded out. So if I wanted to have the wings kind of fold in a bit, then it's not totally just jetted out. Now, sorry, a little retarded right now. Just wanted to put this together here for you. Let's see. Here we go. Press in. So I think that's how it goes. Even that, I don't know. I don't know about that. It still doesn't look good. Here, let me pause this again and I will play with it and get back to you. So I got those wings on. I guess I had it on correctly. How's that look? Looks pretty cool to me. So if you want to fold these up, you can fold it like this, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't close completely, or at least not for me. Not unless I make these wider out, which I guess I could do. But I don't know. This looks pretty good. Let me try one more configuration and I'll show it to you again. Hold on a second. Alright, so I think this is how it's supposed to be, because right here you have the wings folded inward, and if you want to get them out, just fold them out like this, and now he's got big old expanded wings. So I think that looks even better, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So this guy looks pretty intimidating. He's going to stand out on your shelf. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we have another version of Batman in this suit. So this is what he looks like from the side. Right there. So you can kind of get him at different angles. And this is what he looks like from the back. So yeah, this figure is pretty awesome. And at 20 bucks, that's a great price point for all this plastic. And somehow I am going to fit this guy in my Mythic Legions display, because he's a big old figure. You know, but thank you all for watching. I hope this helps. You can get this guy off of Amazon like I did. It was 20 bucks. He just arrived for me today, and it is January 29th, 2020. All right, thanks for watching. Tune in again.